want to do a test? You tested already? Good one.
It's actually on.
Hey?
I can mute it.
Thank you. Good evening, and thank you for joining us this Wednesday evening on the Football Victoria YouTube channel. My name is Melissa Barbieri, and I'll be bringing you all the action from the Venator Club here in Bulleen for the Nike FC Cup quarterfinals are upon us. As host, FC Bulleen take on Alamein in the second quarterfinal to take place this week. Last night, Heidelberg were winners against State League team Manningham United. It was a gallant effort by Manningham, but ultimately NPL side Heidelberg were very strong in front of goal. We are here to decide the other side of the draw this evening, and if the NPL table is anything to go by, this fixture is sure to be a fiery one. To get here, FC Bulleen have had a win against Keilor Park from VPL, and last match it went all the way to the wire against Burundara. Through on penalties, Bulleen will be looking at tonight to be done in 90 minutes after Caitlin Friend has added 12 players to the roster in this mid-season window. Only 2 players in Tiffany Aliadis and Annie Yates are cup-tied, as my signings are from A-League clubs. We see some changes from their last league match with cup-tied Eliadis and Yates out of the team sheet. Holly Massey, Maddie Rakic, Lana Cordolino moved to the bench. In their stead, Kanyina Renahan into defence with the newly acquired Accardo from Melbourne City. Buttress back into the starting 11 with Yuka Sato. Those coming in have fresh legs to back up those who played on Saturday. Alamein with the extra day rest since they survived Preston Lions 1-0 on the weekend. John Kyrgios' side have been able to win through to this quarterfinal in similar fashion to Bulleen. They dispatched Box Hill 3-1 and had to go the extra time against VPL side Calder United in order to be here tonight. Cup-tied players in Ash Lefebvre and Anna Leakopoulos are off the team sheet. Replacing them are Matilda Lowry and Maddie Van Doren. The relatively unchanged lineup means the winning combination of Friday will need to reproduce a stellar defence display again here tonight. As we start to get our way, Alamein have the kickoff, and we see Shab Saban refereeing this evening, giving the ball to Savannah Anastasiopoulos in the centre of the park. Alamein with Templeman, Anastopoulos, Bugias, Clemenson, Dustin, Horton, Lowry, Van Doren, Shadara, Stilton and Tyson to get us underway tonight, with Bulleen having Hudson, Accardo, Bulich, Bustras, Kanyina, Kane, Renahan, Sala, Sato, Zoyce and Breedis. It'll be a tough tussle tonight between Alamein and FC Bulleen. They are notably always tough and enduring matches throughout each and every NPL season. Bulleen in their home strip of maroon this evening. And Alamein in the away navy blue. Bugias with the throw. Tries to get it back. It'll take a couple of touches just to get teams to settle. Bulleen looked to do that initially through players going forward. Ball's into the box. Breedis looks to restart. Canyunya with the throw. Forward to Breedis. Ball bouncing, top of the box. Tough tussle as Clemenson looks to get Horton in behind. Brulich to chase. She'll get there first. She plays it back to Hudson. It's a tough opening set for Erin Hudson as she came out for the pass back from Buttress, and Anastasiopoulos with the quick press means that she was able to get there right in time. Amazing work by Anastasiopoulos to get them underway. Bulleen having much of the opening couple of minutes. And the one time Alamein get forward, the ball's played back to relieve some pressure for FC Bulleen. And Anastasiopoulos there, quick to pounce. It's 1-0 here at the Venator Club in this quarter-final matchup. Well controlled there by Buttress on the right wing. Ball into the box. Cut back. Nobody there. Breedis had to let it run past her. She wasn't in line. Clemenson gives it a clear. Plenty of time here for Bulleen to make a comeback. So Alamein certainly not going about things any differently. FC Bulleen will look to capitalise as much as possible on forays forward. But there'll be no rush here. They'll look to play their own style of play. No panicking. Clearance by Alamein. Dustin to clear. Giving chase is Horton. She wins that race. She's 1v1 now if she can get across. She looks up. She's looking for a teammate. She had nobody with her. Blistering pace by Horton. Just had her alone in the box. She burned past Accardo. And all she had was the goal. She did have a sneaky look up to check her shoulder, but she had no teammates in the vicinity, so she thought she had to go herself. Sato. Back to Kanyina. Bulich. Some composed work by Kanyina, but she misjudged the line. Forward pass by Bandoran. Quick throw. Tussles in the centre of the park. Quick touches. But comes to nothing. Justin couldn't find the pace on it. Once again, the artificial turf here at Bulleen, just one of those things that people had to come accustomed to. So that back pass by Bulleen early on gave Anastasopoulos a chance to press. Pressure into the middle of the park. Breedis there to pick up for Bulleen. She's got Buttress forward. She finds her. Buttress cuts inside. She's got blue shirts all around her. Fair to say, Alamein have done their homework. They know Buttress has the capacity to turn defenders inside out, and they'll be doubling up the pressure on her as much as possible. Mercado, all the way back to Hudson. Switching through Bullich. Tries to go long. Clemenson. Forward pass by Van Doren. Bullich giving chase. With Hudson. Goes through Kane. Captain Sarah Kane through the middle of the park has played every minute of the NPL season so far for Bulleen. Paige Zoyce getting the ball forward to Buttress. Buttress slows down. Tries to re-engage Bujas. Inside on the left foot, Buttress! And she goes front post! What a declaration for Buttress! She cuts inside onto the left foot and then puts it like a plum into that front post. Miranda Templeman caught flat-footed and unable to make the dive across to her left-hand side. Certainly probably shaped like she was going back post, and she turned it in near post. Excellent composure there from Buttress. It's 1-1 here in the quarterfinal of the Nike FC Cup. Alamein trying to regain some pressure going forward through Lowry. Ball bouncing now. Yuka Sato with the outside of the foot tries to find Buttress once again. Templeman just giving it a half step delay in order to come out. She put enough pressure on though to get a hand to it as Buttress tried to glide past her. So a slight miscommunication from Captain Bugias. She thought Templeman may have been coming out for it, but just that slight hesitation probably meant it was a more 50-50 chance. Bulleen's first corner of the evening. Long ball in. Clearance from Shadara. Breedis tries to get it in. Clearance from Alamein. Sorry, that was Paige Joyce trying to get the second ball in from the corner. Kane cut out by Clemenson. Up to Horton. Recovering, Paige Joyce makes the tackle. Nia Salah doing the hard yards, getting the ball back, trying to retain possession for FC Bulleen. Bullich will go out to Renahan. Zoyce, the no-look pass to Buttress. She's got her for pace here. Buttress, she comes inside. The push by Bugias is declared a penalty. Just enough of a push there for referee Shamsaban to indeed declare that as illegal. Buttress entering the box with some blistering pace. Bugias had to try and catch up, but the mistime challenge. Bugias does not feel that it was a penalty. but it was clear in the referee's eyes. Ava Breedis steps up to the challenge to take the penalty. Miranda Templeman will know Ava Breedis quite well from playing together at Melbourne Victory some time ago. Miranda Templeman has spent the last season at Perth Glory. Breedis over the bar. Disappointment for the young A-League star, but she'll take that in her stride, no doubt. One of those pressure moments that can help build you and build character in your game. She'll look to make amends, though, which will probably make Bulleen that little bit more dangerous. Cardo with the brave header. Kane trying to get some. Sato pops it out to Sala. Near Sala 1v1 with Van Doren. She cuts inside this time and switches to Kane. Top of the box, Kane with the left foot. Miranda Templeman able to snuff out any danger. Pinpoint accuracy in the passing from Alamein there. Dakota Tyson on the ball, working with Chidara, trying to minimise the amount of pressure that FC Bulleen are able to put on the defence as they try and play out from the back. Clearance from Savannah Anastasopoulos. Calls from Alamein bench. John Kyrgios trying to keep their players calm. Stay calm. Neve Dustin in the middle of the park. Getting Alamein players to switch on. Bulleen's third corner of the evening be once again distributed by Paige Zoyce. On the right foot, this will be an outswinger or driven across the box. They have numbers lining up. Ocado rises. She gets ahead to it. Alamein with the clearance. The ricochet does fall in the end to Horton, and Clemenson will chase. Pressure. Van Doren cleared on the second try. She can see Anastasopoulos. Finds Clemenson. Ball bouncing. Difficult one for Kanyina to control. Kane will get it under wraps here. Cut out by Van Doren. Trying to find Horton. Ocado, the clearance. Zoyce switching out. Buttress dragging Bugias deep. The 1v1 against Buttress again. Top of the box. Trying to find Breedis. Clearance by Shidara once again. The Japanese national trying to give Bugias that extra helping hand. Buttress a handful at the best of times. They'll use to capitalise on that extra player trying to help with Buttress. Bulleen. They'll use other players in other areas of the pitch as the rain starts teeming down here at the Venator Club in Bulleen. The David Barrow Stadium. It's 1-1 here. 2 goals in quick succession and also a penalty missed. Certainly shaping up the entertaining clash that we thought it would be. Zoyce out wide, can't quite keep it in. Buttress. Buttress didn't start the match on the weekend. She came on and had a blistering effect on that game as well. Spring Hills ahead against Bulleen. As we see Horton getting forward using her pace, trying to match that of Buttress, that 1v1 technique. Mila Mila Bulich doing well in the back line there to recover. Renahan to take. Back to Ocado. Through Bulich. Kanyina. Back to Bulich. Kane instantly marked by Lowry. Kane once again, this time the pressure was enough, but Zoyce was there in recovering fashion. This time, Zoyce's distribution will be what Bulleen look for. Not quite on the mark, though, for Nia Salah. Salah was on the score sheet on the weekend as well. Bulleen with numerous players that they can go to. Ocado caught by Anastasopoulos, but it falls to her again. Ocado, a junior player with Bulleen after going to FV Emerging. She doesn't count as an A-League player after spending the previous season with Melbourne City. Renahan driving forward. Ball forward. Breedis there. Clearance. This time by Chinatsu Shidara. Centre-back pairing of Shidara and Stilton this week, with Maddie Van Doren slotting in that right-back position. As I said in the pre-game, Ash Lefebvre and Anna Leakopoulos out cup-tied as they came from Bentley Greens in the transfer window. So they're unable to play this evening. So Bulleen, on the other hand, with a new backline from their last game. Mia Bulich is the only one that started last game. Ball out of play. Late call. Kanyina wondering if it was a foul. Late challenge. Referee Shab Saban just slowing play down because there was too many balls on the pitch. Van Doren with the long throw. Bulich shields and protects from Lowry. Lowry still steals it though. She gets the ball as quickly forward as she can. Clearance by Renahan. Sato back to Bulich. She'll switch through Hudson. Hudson in just her second match of the season. She underwent quite a large bit of injury throughout the start of the season. Emily Shields has been in between the sticks, and then she succumbed to injury herself. So it's a shared position, Erin Hudson and Emily Shields. Horton mistimes that touch. Ocado side steps Anastasopoulos, drives forward, finds Renahan. Paige Zoyce looking for the switch. Recovers. Out to Buttress once again. Buttress 1v1 technique is absolutely brilliant once again. This time Bugiers makes it that little bit harder. Shidara cut across. Top of the box. Sato. Well blocked again by Tyson. Paige Zoyce. Clearance eventually deemed illegal by Bugiers. Can't believe her luck. Bugiers, it's the second time tonight she's been pinged for a foul. First one resulted in a penalty. This one now, once again, dangerous. Paige Zoyce and her distribution skills, her dead ball skills, renowned in the NPLW here in Victoria. Finals football, anything can happen. time, she could shape up for the strike, or she'll dispatch across. This is an outswinger, so it'll be hard for Templeman to come and get. Opts for the strike. Perhaps saw an opening at that front post. The wall doing enough to deter. Bulleen showing them one way here. Stilton out to Van Doren. Clemenson trying to turn. Caught by Kane. Salah crossing it in. Great position by Shadara. Lowry and Kane battling it out in the middle of the park with Sato finding Breedis at the top of the box. Zoyce trying to bring it down. Buttress will recover. Zoyce out to Buttress once again. Buttress 1v1, opts for the cross this time. Saw the run of Breedis and Sato through the centre of the park. It'll be cleared by Alamein as we enter the 20th minute in this quarterfinal here in the Nike FC Cup. It's 1-1. Very little separating the teams on the score sheet. But Bulleen will be ruining the missed penalty chance after having missed over the bar Ava Breedis. Certainly been swung in the way of Bulleen's way, this pendulum. Bulleen with a majority of possession. Rain teeming down here. The forecast said it was 4 degrees. It feels like 1. Kane switching play. It's 2v1 here. Alamein recover. Kanyina into Salah. Salah back to Kane. Pressure from Alamein though, making it difficult for Bulleen to find those combination passes. Van Doren putting the pressure on Salah. Kanyina on the ball. Breedis and Sato putting the pressure on. Horton trying to get past that initial tackle by Bullich, but couldn't find the forward pass to herself. Hudson going long to Buttress. Anytime they see Buttress and Bugias 1v1, I'm presuming they'll go to her after Buttress. Taking a beautiful strike to make it 1-1 here at David Barrow Stadium. Kanyunya forward to Salah. Clemenson riding the challenges back to Van Doren. Horton unable to control. Pace of the pass just ever increasing on this artificial turf. Buttress comes inside once again. The left foot tries to find Salah on the other side, but can't quite make it. Kanyunya has options. She opts to go back. Bulleen will start again. FC Bulleen out through Kane. Cardo just puts her foot on it. Tries to increase the composure. Bulich forward, finds Breedis. Caught on the turn was Breedis, but this time referee Sham will bring it back as it was a deflection off her. Shadara goes to look to play early, but the call is to take the drop ball. It'll be Alamein. As it hit the referee, it is a drop ball situation. Alamein kicks and goes long. This time Shadara will block for Templeman. Templeman will clear. Can only find touch though. Probably looking for the run of Anastasopoulos. Anastasopoulos on the score sheet tonight after some brilliant pressure in the opening 2 minutes. Back pass from Bulleen, just slow, and Anastasopoulos put it in the back of the net. Kane, back to Ocado. Ocado tries to find space. Shadara reading that play very well. Anastasopoulos to Horton. Cut out by Kane. Forward to Salah. This one will be offside. Great line held by Alamein in that situation. That quick transition football is what FC Bulleen are counting on. Picking up possession and finding that forward pass as quick as possible. Shadara going long. Kanyunya clears. Sato. Originally from Southern United, she did come through to FC Bulleen and then went off to Auckland United and returned in this transfer window, did Yuka Sato. As we see Buttress once again 1v1. That second defender will need to be helping. Paige Zoyce on the follow-up. Cleared by Alamein defenders in Vondoran and Shadara. Ball bouncing. Templeman will have to wait for it to drop. Smart work by Stilton to shield Sato. Horton. Caught by Bulich. Sato. Paige Zoyce swings it out to Buttress. Too much on that one. Buttress does keep it in though, but on the spin goes out for a goal kick. Salah cutting it out for FC Bulleen. Shadara tightly marking Buttress. And the follow-up will be deemed a foul. This time a yellow card will be brandished. The first for the evening. Dangerous position once again. Numerous players over the ball. Once again, it will be Paige Zoyce to step up. Similar position to the last free kick, but ever more in favour of Paige Zoyce at this angle. Paige Zoyce out with the ankle injury. She's played limited minutes up to this point. Zoyce, this time goes for the cross, shielded by Alamein. Offside declared. Shadara to take. Alamein opting to go long. Zoyce with the clearance. Renahan under control though for Bulleen. Renahan formerly of Alamein. Always a tough one to come up against your old team. She'll be looking to keep the pressure on this evening and have a brilliant performance. Sato on the turn, lines it up, follow-up tackle from Clemenson, from Stilton I should say. push the ball forward and out wide to Clemenson. Tackle from Kanyina, a tough one. Ball forward to Horton. Clearance by Sulla. Zoyce, calm. Touches from Breedis. Swings it out to Buttress. Buttress one-on-one again with Bugias. She has a second defender with Shadara. She'll attract the two. She'll get it in. Sato. Clearance from Stilton. Kanyina takes a touch. Kane. The long-range strike from Kane. Not troubling Templeman on that occasion. The ability of Buttress to engage two defenders from Alamein every time she gets the ball in that penalty area just means that she has an extra player in the box that is free on her team. She's just trying to find it every time. She scored the opener for Bulleen to make it 1-1, then was heavily involved in getting the penalty that could have seen it become 2-1. Alamein just able to get a foothold in this game, make it more difficult for FC Bulleen. The outside of the foot pass to Breedis by Salah. Just too much on it. Kanyina. Clearance. If it's at all possible, the rain has just become that little bit more torrential. Sato out wide. Salah tries to drop the shoulder to get rid of Van Doren. Van Doren sticks with her. Defender coming out on top in that occasion. Kane through Zoyce. Zoyce on the turn. Switches back out to Salah. Just running out a little bit of legs there, Salah. Having to do a lot in a short amount of time. Probably should have opted for the switch out that time. Buttress 1v1 out on that right wing. The longer you hold it on this left-hand side, the freer she'll be. How quick in the transition can Bulleen get the ball from one side to the other to expose that 1v1 for Buttress. Clemenson with the clearance. Ocado turns out, starts again through Hudson. Ocado switches it out to Renahan. Forward to Buttress. This time Bugias is the winner in that 1v1 challenge, but the pass cut out by Zoyce. The 1v1 switch out to Salah. She's just caught offside once again. It's almost as if the speed at which Zoyce is able to transition is too quick for Salah. That's the quality of Paige Zoyce in the middle of the park there. Alamein opting to bypass their middle of the park as we see Clemenson ball into the box. Follow-up shot. Two strikers there for Alamein. And with the quality of Clemenson and her ability to get in behind and the speed at which she does it, may as well bypass the middle of the park. Route 1 to goal. That should have been 2-1 to Alamein. John Kyrgios just wondering how that does not end up in the back of the net. So we see a moment here for referee Shab, just probably looking for a moment to speak with Kanina. This time, FC Bulleen will just diffuse the pressure by going long. Hudson to Zoyce. Zoyce tries to flick it on. Interesting as it came off a Bulleen player that was called offside. Buttress out wide. Kanyina forward to Sato. Yuka Sato opts to go back. They could switch through Zoyce. They find her eventually. Brilliant work from the young Matilda. Zoyce through Kane. Renahan forward pass. Dustin through the centre of the park trying to pick it up for Alamein. It falls to Sato. Cleared once again by Jessica Stilton. Clemenson all the way back doing the hard yards, but she makes it fall to Salah. Tyson, Van Doren all trying to do their bid to stave off this FC Bulleen attack. Renahan forward to Buttress. This time she can't control. She is human. Bugias with the long throw, captain for this evening. Forward throw. Tyson with the clearance. Anastasopoulos, our goal scorer tonight, not unable to control. Zoyce back to Renahan. Sato tries to get a foot on to work Van Doren to clear for Alamein. Stilton, head up, looking for that forward pass. Lowry on the ball. Van Doren. Recovered by Kane. Cleared by Kanina for Bulleen. The flick on from Breedis. Templeman once again just hesitating. Shadara driving forward for Alamein. Switches out to Bugias. Forward pass to Anastasopoulos. Just misses its mark. Stilton can control for Alamein. Can she draw out the FC Bulleen press? Trying to engage them, trying to get some space in behind that defence. Bypassing that midfield just means it's very easy for FC Bulleen to find that through pass. Anastasopoulos on the turn to Horton. She has Clemenson to her right. She finds her. Offside is the call, though. Transition moment for Alamein. One of their strengths as well with the pace of Horton, Clemenson and Anastasopoulos up top. Their ability to win possession and transition forward is one of their key components. Lowry at the top of the box. Hudson parries away. Uncharacteristic stray pass from Bulleen. Well read by Lowry. Matilda Lowry in the centre of the park there, just in charge of trying to keep Kane quiet. Van Doren just loses her footing. Lowry once again with the toe to intercept. They'll press here, Alamein. Dustin with the challenge. Fine possession for Alamein. Moving forward, Horton. Follow up from Anastasopoulos. She looks up. She opts to stick with Clemenson. Van Doren on the overlap. Cut out by the retreating run of Salah. Clemenson just going down under duress in that challenge with Sato. Just one of those ones that are stinging. She's not opting for a trainer. She just needs a minute to regain her composure. It's definitely one of the strengths of the female game. Opt to stay on the park as long as possible. No time wasting in our culture whatsoever. Van Doren forward to Horton. Kane picking it up. Composed to Zoyce. Zoyce out to Buttress. Clean first touch from Buttress. She cuts inside once again on that left foot. Once again, this time the bar saves Alamein. Daniela Buttress, her ability to get forward, cut inside, and use that left foot. Absolutely dominating in the first half of this quarterfinal of the Nike FC Cup here at the Venator Club in Bulleen, David Barrow Stadium. Paige Zoyce this time on the in-swing. In-swinger front post. Kanyina with the header just goes out to Zoyce once again. Kanyina on the reply, tries to scoop. Templeman will come. The follow-up bounce, trying to get to Ocado. This time deemed illegal on the follow-up. The challenge on either Templeman or Shadara. The inventive scoop from Kanyina. Thought it might have fallen to an FC Bulleen teammate. Templeman will go forward through Stilton. Bulich with the clearance. Van Doren up to Horton. Tries to flick on, but well covered. Shadara trying to get that clearance and that transition going for Alamein. Ocado with the bounce, well read. Van Doren clearing for Alamein. Some matrix moves in the middle of the park for referee Shab Saban. Clearance for Ocado. Clemenson. Unfortunate head clash there for Clemenson. Well cut out here though from Bugias. Calls are to play the ball out as Clemenson is still down, struggling with what looked like a head injury. She is momentarily stumbling. Just caught on that initial challenge. Maybe an errant hand. Just needs a moment to collect herself. Gives the thumbs up. No doubt anything that is even the slightest bit touchy on a winter's night like tonight just hurts that little bit more. Breeders with the fancy feet gets it out to Buttress. Buttress once again on that left foot, cuts inside. Cleared by Tyson. Only as far as Renahan. She keeps possession. Alamein backed into a corner here. Holds it up for a goal kick. Shadara with the smarter option there just to let the ball run out of play. This time Alamein through the centre of the park, but unable to put a foot on it is Dakota Tyson. It's the first time they've opted to really try and penetrate through the centre of the park. Van Doren forward. Clemenson using the pace. Long throw, Clemenson to win. Dustin through the centre for Alamein. Quick turn. Oh, that was Tyson. Now this is Dustin pushing forward for Horton. Horton tries to cross it in. Well-timed challenge by Bullich. It'll be Alamein for the corner. Neve, Dustin to take. Flat, driven across the box, this time cleared by Kane. Shadara tries to clear. Sato does so for FC Bulleen. Buttress will do her best to keep it in. Bit of litter on the side of the pitch, scaring the bejesus out of everyone. Made a loud popping sound as she came through. Matilda Lowry holding it up for Alamein. Clemenson can't quite keep a hold of it. So the extra minute of added time here at David Barrow Stadium as Van Doren knocks it into the centre of the park. Renahan to clear. Shadara forward, switches out to Lowry, this time out on the left wing. Well done. Well-timed challenge by Accardo. Gulich comes to collect. Kane. No time for an extra four-way forward for Bulleen Lions. FC Bulleen Lions. They'll go into the shed having succumbed to an early goal this evening in the form of Savannah Anastasopoulos impacting a back pass and nabbing it just ahead of Erin Hudson. That made it 1-0. Then Bulleen and Buttress came alive in the front third. As we look to get this second half underway here at David Barrow Stadium in Bulleen, it's one apiece here after a blistering start in this Nike FC Cup quarter-final between the FC Bulleen Lions and Alamein. Both teams came out charging in that opening half. Alamein off to the better start in the opening minute with Anastasiopoulos cutting out a back pass by Bulleen, and then Buttress going 1v1 in the front third not 5 minutes later, and it was all one apiece. FC Bulleen having the lion's share of possession in this opening half, but that didn't mean that Alamein didn't have their chances. They certainly dynamic play in that front third with the pace of Clemenson as Bulleen looked to get this half started with Buttress going forward, cuts onto her right foot, tries to cut it back. The second defender in Shadara helping out in that moment. Ocado puts her foot on it, goes to Bullich. Swings it out to Kanina on the left-hand side for Bulleen. Kanina trying to get the better of Clemenson. The pass to Salah, just off the foot and out for a throw-in. The ball bouncing, just eluding Bullich. She's able to get a hold of it on the second go. It's a foot race now between Ocado and Lowry. Ocado making amends to get back and tackle. Matilda Lowry in the middle of the park for Alamein. Dustin to take, out-swinging right-footed corner, driving into the middle of the box. Ocado's there to clear for Bulleen. Lowry on the follow-up. Can only go as far as Salah, but who drops it back. Sato will come out with it for Bulleen as Breedis glides past two defenders to get it to Kane. Renahan will start again. Ocado driving forward. Opts to turn back out. Composed work by the central defender. Great touch by Salah, driving into the box, cuts it back. Sato still has it. Templeman has to have a double grab at it. First save, just crossing over that end line, which means the follow-up save doesn't count. It'll go out for a corner. Second corner of the half for Bulleen. Here, starting on the front foot are both teams. Paige Joyce in swinging corner. Front post run by Sato. Cleared by Stilton. Maddie Van Doren, though, in a clash with Sato. Just came out of that second best. She goes to ground here. Alamein will have to call for a physio if she's not able to get up. Second time tonight that an Alamein player is not. Maybe it was Bugias. In swinger, Zoyce again. Front post, this time punched by Templeman. Buttress will follow up and get it out to Zoyce once again. 1-2 with Sato. Salah with the follow-up. Opts to go back. Start again through Sato. Pressure from Clemenson. coming out with it for Alamein. The forward foray transition is so quick for Alamein. Bulleen do well to keep composure though. Gets the ball to Ocado, who's now playing on the right side of defence as she came out from a corner. They'll reshape here, FC Bulleen. They'll get the ball out to Kanina. Sado turns, shapes up inside. Kane. Ocado finds Zoyce on the turn, tries to get it forward to Buttress. Zoyce on the through ball once again. Templeman will be able to come and collect. This time protected by her Alamein teammates. Tough to come out of the sheds with as much vigour as these teams have tonight. Feels 4 degrees on the charts, but it feels like 1. Very surprised that the evening fog has not rolled across the pitch as yet. Dustin nearly caught on the ball. The follow-up tackle just falls to her anyway. Horton to Lowry. Lowry driving forward. She's got 4 defenders for company. Ultimately, the pressure sends it all the way back to Hudson. Alamein will look to press here. They've got a single striker in the press. Bulleen will try and, what we say is kill the 9. Try and get them to run, tire them out before progressing forward. Breedis. Back to Bullich. Bullich through to Sato. Cleared by Van Doren. Nothing can separate these two teams in the Nike FC Cup quarterfinal here at David Barrow Stadium. It's 1-1. Zoyce on the follow-up. Cleared by Shadara. Van Doren forward. Has to go long. Cardo will ask Hudson come out. Thrown into the centre of the park by Hudson to Kane. She'll calmly dispatch of that out to Renahan. Forward to Zoyce. Dustin on the turn, trying to found Lowry. Matilda Lowry in the front of the park there, just trying to find pockets of space for her to glide into. Clemenson this time, shaping up. Kanina, 1v1. She goes wide though. Crosses the ball in, comes off the side of the foot, worrying for Hudson as she saw that sailing for the top corner, but ultimately goes over the end of the line and out for a goal kick. Hudson trying to find Breedis, but on the follow-up strike, Dustin can't keep it down. Hudson calling up her teammates. She'll go long. Zoyce tries to find a flick on, but Dustin is there right behind her. Shadara trying to find Stilton, but wayward pass. Renahan with the throw. Renahan forward. Unsure if the ball actually came in that time, but it will be an Alamein throw. Bugias with the throw. Renahan with the first time clearance to Breedis. Zoyce with the strong work against Shadara and Anastasopoulos. It will be an FC Bulleen throw. Shadara will have to be careful here. She does already have a yellow card to her name this evening. She'll be getting a talking to, remonstrating against the referee. A little bit of frustration there as some calls have gone against them tonight, this Alamein side. Ricardo all the way back to Hudson. We'll give the opportunity for Alamein to step and clear their line once again. Clemenson with the well-timed challenge here. She's out in front, Clemenson. Has the pace, but the line just means that Kanyina can make the tackle. Unfortunately for Kanyina on the corner there, probably made contact with the linesman's flag. Just checking if everything's okay. They'll start again here, Alamein, in the front third. Kane at the top of the box. Had to be a well-timed challenge. Shadara with the follow-up on the left foot. Hudson will recover, but she'll let it go out for a goal kick. Hudson once again calls the team up. Zoyce will drop down, but she goes long still once again. Just that air of pressure for Bulleen, enough to get them to push up. Great work there. Coming inside, finding Kane on the right-hand side was Niasala. Renahan back to Zoyce, to Ricardo. She'll look to switch here. Engaging the pressure of Horton means that Bulich has time and space to get it out to Salah on the other side. Forward run of Sato drags the defender over. What a strike for Salah. It's been a lucrative weekend for the young striker. She uses the run from Yuka Sato to drive that defender through the centre. Takes it inside and on her right foot sees Templeman just a fraction off her line and sends it into the top bracket. What a finish from the young striker. FC Bulleen now take that lead. 2-1 here at David Barrow Stadium in the quarterfinal of the Nike FC Cup. A magnificent display of technical ability by both wingers tonight is the difference between the teams. Opening couple of minutes was not what Caitlin Friend had on her bingo card for this evening, but they've made amends here, FC Bulleen, after missing a penalty earlier in the first half. They've rectified that 2-1 goal line. Bulich, tough work against Horton. And Lowry gets the ball out to Anastasopoulos. Tries for the shot, Anastasopoulos. Hudson collects. Renahan forward now. Buttress with the lovely touch to beat Bugias. Tries to find the switch to Salah. Sato through the centre. Breedis, known for her outside of the box abilities. Alamein clears though. Forward pass from Dustin. Can't find its mark in Anastasopoulos. For the first time tonight, we'll go to the subs bench. We'll see both teams making some changes. Nia Salah, the one to take it to 2-1, does come off. in the 58th minute. Ava Breedis as well. Buttress will move to the left side of the park. Cordolino coming on, and Holly Massey in at striker. Some fresh legs here for FC Bulleen as we see two players enter the fray for Alamein as well. See Matilda Lowry coming off. And Tyson coming off in the centre of the park. Clemenson picking it up for Alamein. Driving forward, through ball. Hudson being asked to come out. She eventually makes the decision. Just a little bit of hesitation, causing chaos for Bulleen. Buttress coming inside. Gets the foul from Clemenson, and once again, second yellow card for the evening goes to an Alamein player in Paige Clemenson. This will give a moment for Bulleen just to collect their heads. Alamein to reshape as well. As we see Madison Rakic come on. Playing in the centre of the park. Madison Rakic. Beg your pardon, Priya Archdeacon for Alamein coming on into the centre of the park. And Erin Stamatopoulos. Paige Zoyce on the ball, goes inside to Bullich. Bullich tries to deliver something to Holly Massey, but this time Alamein go forward. That transition moment for Alamein, one of their strengths, retreating Holly Massey, bringing it back into FC Bulleen possession. Anastasopoulos for Alamein, picking it up, trying to get it to Horton. Once again, master of possession is Sarah Kane. Holly Massey trying to hold up possession for FC Bulleen Lions. Anastasopoulos glides past through, can't quite get that touch. Sato with Massey. Massey on the return, but cleared by Stilton. Bullich, as the rain starts again. Buttress out on the left wing now. Maddie Doran, Van Doren and Bugius did swap sides in that half time as the hail starts to come down here at David Barrow Stadium. We'll look to the benches at the moment. Hale will have this game where the players will have to come inside to get them out of the dangerous hail. Game will be paused for this moment in time. We go 2-1 in the 62nd minute here at David Barrow Stadium in the Nike FC Cup. Our opening goal came from Alamein in the form of some great pressure from Savannah Anastasopoulos. She was able to latch on to a slow back pass for FC Bulleen, and she was able to slot that home in just the second minute of the game. That was a wake-up call for FC Bulleen Lions, and within a matter of minutes, Daniela Buttress had a 1v1 cut inside onto her left foot and put it away. And then Nia Salah had an absolutely identical opportunity on the left wing, cut inside this time on her right foot and put it top corner for FC Bulleen to gain the lead. We get back underway here at David Barrow Stadium. Play momentarily halted for Hale. Massey back to Kane. Out to Renahan. They're lining up at the back post. Renahan can't quite get a cross off. She'll go to Cordolino. Possession regained. Renahan all the way back to Ocado. She'll switch it through Bulich. Out to Kanyina. Trying to just get her feet sorted. She does switch the ball through Ocado. Ocado driving now. She's got Kane inside. Just the options for Ocado not available in eyesight or eye line. Bullich will go forward to Holly Massey, your typical 9 striker holding up the ball, driving forward, keeping possession, trying to find the second run of Buttress, but Stilton will try and shield it out. The pressure from Buttress was there, but it'll be a goal kick. Templeman to take. Out to Stilton. Forward throw. Clemenson trying to clear. Gets the flick on though, and Buttress will follow it up. She cuts inside. This time she's got more defenders for company. Dustin forward. Anastasopoulos back to Shadara. Shadara cut out by Paige Joyce. Falls to her again though, Shadara. She's able to restart. Just relieve a little bit of the pressure. FC Bulleen will step the line up now. Cordolino putting the pressure, the Western United striker coming back to FC Bulleen in this NPL or this A-League women's off-season, trying to get some game time. Foul deemed on Clemenson. The resulting free kick will be for Alamein. Bugias to take. Shadara out to Van Doren. Van Doren finding a line of pass to Horton. Ocado to cut it out though. Dustin gets a touch. Forward. Runs. She'll put pressure on Ocado. Ocado stands on it and wins a goal kick. Ocado also coming in off a Champions League final for Melbourne City. Hudson will go long. You can hear the call for her to ask Holly Massey, but just a little bit off. Horton, front position on Ocado, ball bouncing, Renahan will clear. Aaron Stamatopoulos coming in as a second half substitute, just livening up that midfield. Bugias with the shake of the hands. It must be cold out there for these players, withstanding a hailstorm. Torrential rain as Holly Massey picks up the ball in the park. She's surrounded by Alamein players. Paige Zoyce, ball bouncing, still ends up with an FC Bulleen player as Renahan looks to switch. Once again, the hail starts here at David Barrow Stadium. Wondering how long before referee decides to halt the match on a second time. Horton turning. Bullich, tackle, waved away by Shab Saban, referee, but with the player holding her back in the middle of the park, she's had to call it. Unsure as to what the outcome will be here. She may have to drop the ball. If she didn't see an initial foul, maybe it was called by the assistant referee. Foul called. Dustin just reminding her Alamein teammates that she requires some cover in the back line. Dustin dead centre here, 2 in a wall. Does have Bugias out on the right. She'll go for strike here. It'll drop. It did look dangerous in the end, but fractionally off target. Ocado asking the question of Hudson, why don't we play out? Keep going long. Zoyce wants it. She's dropping. This time, the pass to Bullich. Getting forward. Clearance by Kanyina on the left-hand side for FC Bulleen. Bulleen just trying to find some composure, keeping possession, managing the game 2-1. Buttress kips away the ball there. She'll get a yellow card for dissent. Ball fractionally out on the sideline. She'll be disappointed without that outcome, Caitlin Friend. First yellow card of the evening for FC Bulleen. 2 of them coming for Alamein in the first and second half. That was the first for FC Bulleen. Buttress with the touch. Looks at Holly Massey. Opts to go 1v1 with Stilton. Brings it inside onto her right foot. Clearance. Now for Shadara. Kanina with the follow-up tackle by Clemenson. Questions being asked here. Kanina just getting up ever so gingerly after that tackle. Taking her time here right in front of that FC Bulleen bench. Once again, not opting for a trainer to come on. Shabsaman will come here and speak to her 4th official, just trying to get a hold of the situation, try and find the outcome that is fairest for all. Questions being asked by Caitlin Friend. All the actioning happening away from the commentator's box. Hard to know exactly what the outcome is there, but it will be a FC Bulleen Lions free kick. Paige Zoyce to take. Delivery into the box. Okado's there, but cleared by Shadara. Clearance for Alamein in the end by Priya Archdeacon. Forward throw for Bulleen. Clemenson gets the flick on. Stilton waiting to see if it'll go out for a goal kick, but opts to clear, and it gives a corner away for FC Bulleen Lions to attack once more. About to head into the 75th minute here at David Barrow Stadium. It's 2-1 to FC Bulleen. Back post. Clearance by Maddie Van Doren. Ocado had to opt to allow possession to be gained by Archdeacon, but it'll be cleared for an Alamein throw. Trying to get the ball forward. Priya Archdeacon once again. Second half substitute, followed by Stamatopoulos in the middle of the park. Trying to increase the pressure on the middle third of Bulleen. Archdeacon on the ball. Caught by Sato. Once again, Cordolino on the follow-up. Van Doren has to give away a foul there. It's been the flavour of the evening with wingers taking on 1v1 in the corners. FC Bulleen on the end of two great 1v1 demonstrations by their wingers, Buttress and Salah. This time Paige Joyce will be out swinger on the right foot. She can strike them from here though. She'll opt for the back post run. Templeman punches only as far as Sato. Deemed a foul on the goalkeeper in that instance. She switches to Van Doren. She's caught by Cortolino. Templeman just rushing things in that moment. Trying to play quickly, but putting her teammates under that little bit of pressure in the meantime. Dustin trying to give it back to Van Doren on the return. Can't quite keep a hold of it. Renahan forward to Cordolino. If they can get the ball onto the other side for a switch, Alamein will be out free on this transition. Overlapping run by Bugias, followed tightly by Buttress. Buttress trying to do the hard yards in defence. She had to be careful. That transition moment usually produces a yellow card if you mistime those challenges. Bugias did well to get forward in that instance, trying to switch the play for Alamein, trying to open up that opposite side. Dustin forward. Zoyce able to get the ball to Buttress. This time Stilton has her for cover. Well covered by the centre back. Thwarted yet another attacking foray by Buttress. This time playing on the left wing. In the first half, she cut inside whilst playing on the right wing to deliver a beautiful front post strike that saw her put it away with her left foot. I'll call the physio on here to try and mend her up, patch her up, while Alamein take this moment to come together and try and piece something together and get this game back on track. FC Bulleen Lions doing the same, coming together, talking it out, using this opportunity to try and regain momentum for Alamein, and FC Bulleen to continue their momentum, manage this game. Just over 10 minutes to go in regular time here at David Barrow Stadium. Alamein looking for parity, but FC Bulleen with the set piece here. Paige Zoyce to deliver. Back post. Templeman, well-timed punch. Certainly had Ocado for company if she mistimed it at all. Templeman trying to get the referee's attention, not liking the attention from Holly Massey. This time Zoyce out swinging, delivers, back post, Kanina rising, that ball bouncing for Horton. Renahan just lumps it straight back into the middle of the box. Sato controls, regains possession for FC Bulleen. They'll go again here, a wave after a wave of attack. Certainly well under control, but Alamein never too far away from a transition moment. Renahan trying to find that through ball to Zoyce. Clearance by Van Doren. As we head to the subs bench, once again timed with both teams as we see Catherine Renahan exit the pitch on this right-hand side to get the ball. She won't exit the pitch. Bugias for Alamein to exit the pitch. Anastasopoulos also coming off, this time for Lowry. Harriet Lowry at right back. Maximilia up top for Alamein. And a trio of changes for Bulleen, as we see Leah Privatelli, Anais Josefsky, and this time Madison Rakic coming on for FC Bulleen. Forward throw by Rakic. Alamein trying to drive forward. Maximilia on the ball, out to Van Doren. Dustin forward. You can see the substitutes just increasing the energy in both teams as Leah Privatelli drives forward into the box. Cordolino, fraction away from getting onto that return pass. Rakic defending for FC Bulleen. Maximilia in the middle of the park for Alamein. Erin Stamatopoulos with some impressive skills in the middle of the park. All to no avail though as FC Bulleen regained possession. Bulich forward. Kanina on the left goes out to Josefsky. Stilton forward to Horton. Horton able to find her feet there. Drops it back in for Lowry. Forward pass. Clemenson trying to find a teammate in Maximilia to put it away. The pressure from Alamein building. Pendulum swing either way at this moment. It's still 2-1 to FC Bulleen. Forward Van Doren to find Maximilia. Hold up play by Maximilia as impacted this game already. Gordolino beats Van Doren. She's got Privatelli at the far post. Starts to drive inside. Tries to take on two players. Ball bouncing, ricochets to the top of the box. Massey and Stamatopoulos going at it. She'll find Kane. Kane will attract the pressure of two. Zeus will swing it out to Jasewski. Another wave of pressure from FC Bulleen. Can Alamein find a way to get parity in the last 6 minutes? They were able to find a winner against Preston Lions just on the weekend in the 92nd, 93rd minute. Are they able to find that impact again this evening? Nike FC Cup brought to you by Nike this evening on the Football Victoria YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to both channels, NPL Victoria and Football Victoria, in order to follow all the action in Victorian football. Dustin trying to get control of it. Archdeacon to get the ball out to Van Doren. Maximilia once again holding up play for Alamein. The pressure she's applying on Rakic. Can they find the energy here, Alamein, to regain parity? Cardo attracting the pressure, trying to find a pass to Bullich. Zeus unable to track the runner, Jasewski. Buttress unfortunately having to come off after that impact, that collision not long ago meant that Jasewski could enter the park. Jasewski knows Alamein well. She gets in behind the defence here, inside the 18-yard box, ball across the box, can't find Privatelli. Alamein will try and capitalise on this quick transition. Clemenson with the lovely touch to get around Kanyina. Forward run by Maximilia. It's a 1v1 here, but Bullich gets there ahead, passes it back to Hudson. Hudson finds the clean out in Sarah Kane. Massey finding a pocket of space off the line here. Rakic into Massey once again. Kane forward to Zeus. Jasewski this time cutting inside. On the clearance, trying to pull back Harriet Lowry. Sister of Matilda Lowry, who had to come off as a substitute. Harriet Lowry is the defender at right back at the moment. Great turn by Archdeacon, trying to get into the box. Well-timed challenge by Maddie Rakic. We'll see a throw-in for Alamein in their front third. Can they find that elusive second goal this evening? Horton with the touch, deemed offside. Relief of pressure here for FC Bulleen. Can Alamein find something in these last 2 minutes of regular time? We'll look to the board to see if the fourth official has given us the minutes of added time here this evening. Massey trying to get the flick on Dustin. Strong work by both players. It'll find Massey outside of the foot pass to Privatelli. She saw Jasewski wide open on the left-hand side. Opted to pass. Had time and space herself to go forward. unselfish by the Bulleen veteran. Alamein now opting to go long. Shidara to take. Japanese national trying to find a teammate. Josefsky gets a flick on. Cleared by FC Bulleen. Alamein pushing here. They're pushing. They're trying to make this game go to extra time. Late challenge by Clemenson though on Kanyina. Asking for yellow cards. See what the outcome here is as we see the fog starting to roll in here at David Barrow Stadium. The wind, the rain, the hail has stopped. And the fog starts to roll across the David Barrow Stadium. Forward pass by FC Bulleen, deemed just to be held up by a bit of a talking to Holly Massey. They'll start again, FC Bulleen, with a retake of the free kick. Alamein increasing the pressure here, trying to goad Bulleen into playing a short pass so they can press. They'll shield here. Opted to clear. Soaking up all the minutes here is Kanyina. Forward to Massey. Keeping it in the corner now is Josefsky, cleared by Alamein. Clemenson trying to create something going forward. Forward pass by Kanina in the throw. The flick on for Alamein. They'll have to clear it as to not give away another corner. Relief of pressure for FC Bulleen. Into the second minute here of added time. David Barrow Stadium. Can Alamein find the equaliser? They've been sought after all night. Maximilia, she's through. She's through on goal. It's 1v1. Hudson comes big. Big save by Erin Hudson. The moment Alamein has been waiting for to regain parity. Thwarted by the custodian of FC Bulleen Lions. Well-timed one-on-one challenge. Maximilia through one-on-one on goal. Alamein come again. They're finding the energy. They're finding something to drive them through to try and regain a level scoreline. Clearance by Stilton. Players running forward. They're trying to gain possession. There's not enough time to allow. Calls for handball there. Another Stamatopoulos tackle. Second ball bouncing. Hedson to come and collect in front of Horton. Hearts in mouth stuff here at David Barrow Stadium. Hudson looking to relieve the pressure. She'll go long here. Alamein still striving. Perhaps that break-in play for the Hail will just allow them enough time for another attack on goal. Rushed clearance by Holly Massey there. Clemenson on the turn. Can they find it? Alamein. Controlled by Stamatopoulos. Horton. Back to Dustin. Forward to Maximilia. Ocado to clear. Horton once again on the return. Bullich tidies up for Bulleen. Composure. Oh, cut out by Stamatopoulos. They'll come again, Alamein. Can they find the pass? Horton kept onside. Bulleen asking the question about offside. Didn't realise there was a defender keeping them on in the centre of the park. One last foray forward. Templeman asking, can she go forward? Can she be an option? Templeman can go short. Templeman can go short. No one can see her. She can get closer. Templeman is still at the top of the box. Clearance by Accardo. Horton to follow up. Privatelli. Enough pressure on the ball. And that's it. Final outcome of this quarterfinal in the Nike FC Cup. It's all FC Bulleen at the end of 90 minutes. Alamein tried their best to get one in the final minutes of added time, and they succumb in the dying minutes. This evening's fixture brought to you by Nike. Thank you for watching on Football Victoria YouTube channel. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you tonight's action. My name's Melissa Barbieri. Thank you for joining us.